Hey everybody, welcome back to When Harry Met Board Games. Today we have another unboxing video for you all. Today I'm going to be unboxing this right here, Marvel United, and this is the Rise of the Black Panther expansion. And this is published by Command Games and Spin Master Games. This here is one of the expansions from Season 1 of Marvel United. There have been 3 seasons, and we had a 4th additional season, which was not Marvel United, but DC Heroes United. So again, this is from the first wave or the first season of content from Marvel United. This here is not the Kickstarter exclusive. This is the retail version. So there is one fewer character, as we see here in the back of the box, gives us a hint as to the content inside. There was an Okoye hero character, that is not in this retail version and was only part of the Kickstarter exclusive. Now, I'm not crying about it because I was able to get that Okoye miniature or hero and character cards independently or separately. So I have everything I need for this expansion. So I'm going to peel back the shrink wrap here, and we're going to take a look at the content inside. Okay, so here we go. So we do have a one sheet of rules, and basically with these expansions we don't get too much rules because really it's just the changes based on the scenario added by these boxes. There are some nice looking colorful tokens here. Not sure as to what they do just yet, but very likely it's related to the specific scenarios we find here. All right, so now we've got some locations, and it's always great to get new locations. I find this to be one of the most enjoyable parts of the game, seeing the different locations, the configurations of how many thugs and civilians they can accommodate, and also seeing their different unique end of turn abilities. So here we have the Golden City. You may move to any other location, very similar to another end of turn ability in the base game here. We've got the Great Mound. You may discard one card from your hand to bottom of your deck to remove one crisis token. So this is basically the equivalent of Shield Headquarters, and I hope that these are not all identical. Okay, here's a unique one. Jabari Village. End of turn, you may gain one WoW token. So that's really neat. We have the Royal Palace. At the end of your turn, you may search your deck for any one card, then shuffle your deck and place that card on top. Again, very similar to another location. Shuri's Lab here, you may draw cards until you have 3. And Warrior Falls, end of turn, you may gain a Fizz token, which is very similar to, I believe, Oscorp Laboratories. So for the most part, nothing specifically new or unique other than this wild token here. Okay, so those are the locations. Then we have the villain dashboard here. We have Killmonger, rival of Black Panther here. And this is how much health he gets. Pretty strong at a 2-player game. He has 6 health, 3-player 9, and at 4-player he has 12 hit points. Okay. He has his BAM effect, which is deal 1 damage to each hero in Killmonger's location, and then replace the leftmost civilian or thug token there, if present, with a crisis token. Interesting. His overflow effect is if one or more civilian thug tokens cannot be added to the location, replace the leftmost civilian or thug token in Killmonger's location with a crisis token. Villainous plot. The heroes lose when 4 or more locations have 3 or more crisis tokens. Okay, so that is interesting. So there are going to be lots of crisis tokens being placed down every time he has a BAM, every time he has an overflow. And we're going to have to use, I guess, this Great Mound location very often to remove some of these crisis tokens and make sure that we don't get to 4 locations that have more than 3 or 4 crisis tokens. Okay, wow. And now we have the cards here. These are the cards for the different heroes. And as I mentioned, this is the retail version here, which means we only have 3 of the 4 heroes that were in the Kickstarter edition. So let's see here. We have the Winter Soldier. All right. And let's see here. We've got a movement, and an attack action, another movement and attack, single attack, double attack. Here's a single heroic action. Here's the single wild and double wild. And here are his signature cards. We have Expert Assassin, which not only will he get a single fist, but he gains 2 attack tokens. So that's good. Save those for a rainy day. And he has 3 copies of this card. So all 3 of his signature cards are the same card. It's the Expert Assassin. Okay. So Winter Soldier will be a very effective combatant. His fighting skills are top notch. Okay. Then we have Shuri here, the sister of T'Challa, Black Panther. And here we have a single move. We have a heroic action, a single attack. We have a heroic action with an attack. We have a move and a heroic action. We have a single heroic action. Here we get a double heroic action, a wild, 2 wilds. And here are her signature cards. And again, it's the same card, 3 copies of it. Young Genius. You will give 1 wild token from the pool to any hero. So I guess that includes herself. They may draw 3 cards until they have 3 in their hand. So this is very, very useful. Not only will you give wild token to a teammate or yourself, but that same teammate you choose, if they have fewer than 3 cards, this is a great way to replenish their deck and restore their health. Okay. Now we have Black Panther, the main event for this particular set here. Here we go. We have a double move, a move and heroic action, a single fist. We have a single move, a move and an attack, the double heroic action, his single wild, his double wild. And here are his signature cards. And again, these are the same. And it's Panther Habit. And it gives him a fist icon. But more importantly, he's able to trigger this additional action, a move and a heroic action. And they actually differ from one another. This one gives him a move and heroic action. This one here gives him a move and an attack action. And this one here gives him an heroic action and an attack. Okay, and that's it as far as the heroes goes. Now let's go to, we're going to go to the main villain of the box, which is Killmonger here. We're going to look through his master plan deck here. And he's got this BAM, and he places a whole bunch of stuff, which kind of piggybacks on his mission, his villainous plot here, where he's trying to occupy the place, fill it up, trigger his overflow effects, and hopefully get lots of crisis tokens there. We have this 1 movement and a BAM, another 1 movement, and again, placement of tons of civilians here. We've got this 2 and a BAM, this 2 and a BAM, and he's very BAM heavy. Okay, we've got this 3 and a BAM, this 4 and a BAM. Finally, a card that's not a BAM. He's got this 5, but look how much thugs and civilians he'll place down for this one. And then we have Killmonger's signature cards. He has 2 copies of this Overthrow. This here tells us that it's a conditional movement here. Move to the closest location with the most civilians and replace all civilians there with crisis tokens. Woo! If there are no civilians in any location, move to the next one clockwise. Okay. And then he has 2 copies of this duel card, and it tells us move clockwise to the next location with any heroes. And then duel, deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Killmonger's location, and the heroes get to choose if there are multiple heroes to choose from. Finally, we've got here the threat cards for Killmonger. We have 2 of these mercenary threats. Each thug in this location requires 2 damage to be defeated. Typical threat card here. We have assassination attempt. Heroes ending their turn in this location, take 1 damage. So that's something you want to think about. You might want to move through it, but not end there. And it says weapon smuggling. Place 1 crisis token in an empty slot in this location. If all slots are full, it replaces the leftmost thug or civilian token. Wow. So again, this combines with Killmonger's villainous plot here. And this is one of those actions that's triggered every time that Killmonger lands on the location that contains this threat. Okay, then we have here the new challenge that's added, or the new scenario, if you will, that's added in this game for 1 to 4 players. Endangered Locations Challenge. Setup. Each hero is linked to a different location by using the Endangered Location tokens. Each time overflow is triggered in an endangered location, the hero with its matching token takes 1 damage. So that makes the individual heroes have a stake in the game and really prioritize preventing those overflow effects, because not only will those overflow effects help Killmonger, but if you allow these locations to be overflowed, you're going to take a damage if that location is associated with you. Okay, so that's cool. All right. And that is the location. And then finally, we're going to wrap it up with the main event. Of course, everybody wants to see the miniatures. So here we have Black Panther, T'Challa. I am not much of a painter, but I do enjoy these miniatures. And one day when I win the lottery, I'll probably pay somebody a fortune to pay them for me, to paint them for me. But yeah, for now, I just enjoy playing them in their shades of blue, purple, and red, respectively. Here we have Shuri. Okay, it looks like she's wearing her power gloves. And yeah, okay, like her ponytail there. And then we have Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes. Okay, and he looks poised and ready for action. And then finally, the big bad, the villain here, Killmonger. And he's here wielding 2 large swords, wearing his mask with 2 large horns on it. Very grandiose figure here. Got to watch out for it. Just can't keep this just anywhere. It's very wide thanks to the 2 swords that he's wielding. And that's pretty much it. We have the insert here for everything else you want to put in here. And that's it for this unboxing. Thank you so much for joining us here when Harry Met Board Games. Please comment down below. Tell me if you have this expansion, if you play Marvel United. I'm interested in reading what you have to say. This is Harry saying take care, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have fun gaming. Bye-bye.